the holy girl everyone trusted, until her secret was exposed. Part 1. In a busy city filled with noise, traffic, and endless movement, there lived a girl named Amanat. If you asked anyone about her, they would all say the same thing. Amanat, she is a very good girl. She is modest. She fears God. She doesn't follow bad friends. To the outside world, Amanat was the perfect example of a well-behaved Muslim girl. She dressed decently. She spoke softly. She greeted elders respectfully. She was always seen with her prayer beads, and she never missed an opportunity to remind others to do the right thing. Parents used her as an example. Why can't you be like Amanat? Even her close friends admired her. Amanat is different, they would say. She is not like other girls. But what people see is not always the truth. Every evening, after returning home, Amanat would enter her room, close the door, and become someone else entirely. The quiet, modest girl disappeared, and in her place was someone completely different. Her clothes changed. Her voice changed. Even the way she spoke became bold and careless. Her phone would light up with messages. Different names. Different people. Some she lied to. Some she used. Some she manipulated. Amanat lived two lives, and she had mastered it perfectly. At home, her parents trusted her completely. Her mother would smile proudly. My daughter will never bring shame to this house. Her father believed the same. She knows what is right and wrong. If only they knew. One night, Amanat stood in front of her mirror, applying makeup carefully. Her expression was focused. Cold. Nothing like the soft girl people knew. Her phone buzzed. She picked it up and smiled slightly. "Where are you?" the message read. "I'm on my way," she typed quickly. She picked up her small bag and quietly stepped out of the house. To anyone watching, she was just going out. But the truth was far from that. That night, Amanat went somewhere she should not have been. A place far from the image she showed the world. A place where no one would recognize her. Or so she thought. Days passed. Weeks passed. And Amanat continued living both lives perfectly. No mistakes. No suspicion. No one questioned her. Until one day, something unexpected happened. A new girl joined their area. Her name was Zainab. Unlike others, Zainab was quiet. Observant. She didn't talk too much. But she noticed everything, from the way Amanat spoke, to the way she acted, to the small details others ignored. Something about Amanat didn't sit right with her, but she said nothing. Not yet. One evening, Zainab saw something she was not supposed to see. Something that made her stop completely. Something that didn't match the holy girl everyone believed in. She stood there, watching, confused, shocked, and slowly, the truth began to unfold. Meanwhile, Amanat continued smiling in public, unaware that someone had started seeing through her lies. Zainab stood still, her heart beating faster than normal. She wasn't the type to jump to conclusions, but what she had just seen didn't make sense. That evening, she had gone out to buy something from a nearby store. The street was quiet, the kind of calm that comes just before night fully settles. As she walked back, she noticed a familiar figure ahead. At first, she didn't think much of it, but then she looked again. Closer this time, the way the girl walked, the shape of her face. Zainab slowed down. Is that Amanat? But something was wrong. Very wrong. The girl she was looking at did not look like the Amanat everyone knew. Her dressing was completely different. Her posture was bold, confident, almost careless. Zainab's brows tightened in confusion. That can't be her. But as the girl turned slightly under the streetlight, Zainab saw her face clearly. It was Amanat. Zainab quickly stepped back into the shadows, her heart pounding. She didn't want to be seen. Not yet. She watched silently as Amanat looked around, almost like she was making sure no one from the neighborhood was nearby. Then, without hesitation, Amanat entered a car that had just pulled up. The car didn't stay long. It drove off almost immediately, leaving Zainab standing there with 1,000 thoughts running through her mind. What did I just see? She couldn't move for a few seconds. Everything she had heard about Amanat didn't match what she just witnessed. This doesn't make sense. Zainab whispered to herself. Amanat, that Amanat. The same girl people praised every day. The same girl mothers used as an example. No, something was hidden, and now Zainab had seen a part of it. That night, Zainab couldn't sleep. She lay on her bed, staring at the ceiling. Her mind kept replaying the moment over and over again. The way Amanat looked around carefully. The way she entered the car without hesitation. The confidence in her movement. That was not the behavior of someone innocent. Zainab turned to her side. Maybe I'm overthinking. But deep down, she knew she wasn't. The next morning, everything looked normal again. Amanat was back to her usual self, covered properly, soft-spoken, smiling gently, greeting everyone with respect. Assalamu alaikum, she said as she passed by. People smiled back warmly. Wa alaikum salam, good girl. Zainab watched her from a distance, carefully, closely. Now that she had seen the other side, she could notice things others couldn't. The slight change in tone, the quick glances, the small signs that didn't match the perfect image. Later that day, they crossed paths directly. Amanat smiled. Hi, you're the new girl, right? Zainab nodded. Yes, my name is Zainab. I'm Amanat, she replied, extending her hand. Their hands touched briefly, but for some reason, Zainab felt uneasy. Amanat's smile was perfect. Too perfect. I've seen you around, Amanat continued. You're settling in well. Yes, Zainab said calmly. Then she paused and asked a simple question. Do you go out often at night? Amanat blinked. Just for a second. A very small reaction. But Zainab noticed it. Not really, Amanat replied quickly. Why do you ask? Zainab held her gaze. No reason. Silence. Short, but heavy. Then Amanat smiled again. Well, it was nice meeting you. And just like that, she walked away. But something had shifted. Amanat knew. Maybe not everything, but enough to feel it. As she walked away, her smile slowly faded. Her expression changed. Slightly, carefully. Does she know something? She thought. That evening, Amanat locked herself in her room. Her phone was in her hand, but she wasn't smiling this time. She was thinking. Hard. Her life depended on one thing. Secrecy. If people found out who she really was, everything would collapse. Her reputation, her family's respect, everything. She couldn't let that happen. Her phone buzzed. A message popped up. Are you coming tonight? Amanat stared at it. Normally, she would reply instantly. But today, something felt different. Risky. Still, after a few seconds, she typed back. Yes. Meanwhile, Zainab stood by her window later that night, watching, waiting. She didn't know exactly what she was looking for, but she trusted her instincts. And they were telling her one thing clearly. Amanat is hiding something big. And she was about to find out just how big it was. Like, comment, share and follow for part 2.